Good morning. It is finally starting to feel like a sunnier version of spring around here. Today is supposed to be beautiful. Well, can we just take a minute to appreciate the birds? I'm filming the intro out on our deck. I decided to give it a little bit of a makeover slash facelift for the upcoming spring and summer months. When we first moved here, it wasn't really in our budget to do much to our deck, and we have a really big deck and I feel like it's underutilized. So I'm excited to have a space that is functional and also like beautiful and easy to entertain people in. So that's the ultimate goal. First, we need to do a little bit of a time hop to prior days when I prepped the deck to get it to the state that it's in today. Well, here's a little sneaky peeky at the end result because this video is proudly sponsored by Outer. Outer creates durable and eco-conscious outdoor furniture designed to help people live better outside. They have completely reimagined the outdoor living experience. Not only are they sustainable using recycled plastic in their all-weather wicker frame, but they also plant loads of trees to fight deforestation, and they're made from the best high-quality materials such as the outer shell fabric, which is UV protected, and it's functional too, like these built-in rain covers. Today I have a special offer for you. You can go to liveouter.com/Caitlin to get $200 off and free shipping, and you can try Outer risk-free. If you're not happy with it, though you will be, just return within 14 days for a 100% refund. Today is day one of this deck overhaul, and before we really do anything, we need to do some power washing. Honestly, it's like kind of tedious, but it's also incredibly satisfying. Day is staining day. I just got back from the hardware store, picked out a color. I hope it's good. And we're gonna stain this deck. I'm going for a semi-transparent, which lasts a little longer. So this is the side you saw me power wash, and now the deck's completely dry. It definitely looks cleaner. It's less colorful than I thought it was, which is actually gonna be good because then I feel like the color I picked will show more true. This is the color I got. Ooh. Don't want it to drip. It said if I got 2 batches, I'm supposed to mix them together in case there's like color variation. But I just literally got this at the same time. I guess I'll just do a half and half mix of each one every time I put it into my giant paint tray. We're not aiming for perfection here. We're aiming for sealed. Do I know what I'm doing? No. Oh shit, I just spilled. Fuck. Guess I have to do this board since I spilled. Oh my god, I just stepped in. So welcome back to present day. Since the last video, some very nice delivery man came and dropped off my outer furniture. The cushions aren't on yet, but we're gonna solve that in just a minute. First, I just wanted to show you this frame. So I chose the black aluminum frame. I love how modern and sleek it looks, and as you can see, it's heavy duty, but it's also incredibly lightweight, so you can easily move it around yourself. And the other great thing about this system is that it's totally modular. So I chose this 7-piece sectional, can kind of create a U, but I'm actually going to be dividing this into 3 different seating arrangements. So my vision for this space is to be more open since our doors are right here, and to have a nice conversation area. This section is also covered, and we also like to do yoga and just walk around our deck. So I feel like this gives us a lot more space. So that was 4 pieces, and the remaining 3 pieces I'm going to use here as a couch, more in the sun. It fits perfectly in our space, and you can kind of see in the corner here we got a nice fire pit and some other chairs. So this would be a nice lounging and another conversation area that's more in the sun, so we can have the best of both worlds. And if we're having a party, it's very easy to converse across the larger scheme of things. So let me show you the other area too. Ta-da! It's honestly kind of hard to get from this camera angle. Also, I made myself a strawberry banana smoothie because I'm hungry. Lily and Maya are here to give the final tour. So this section is the least complete. We've got our grill and a swinging chair that's fun for hanging out. And then in this area, we have our covered conversation area. And then moving over here, we have our fire pit, which I uncovered to show you, plus the rest of the outer sectional that I ordered, and some chairs, and Lily. Hi, Lily. Lily, you're looking cute. So I actually spent this morning working, filming recipes for the blog. I filmed a spicy peach and chickpea salad. So I'm going to sit on our lovely completed deck and enjoy this for lunch. Hi, Miss Moo. Do you want something? Do you wanna? Okay, you guys want some real life behind the scenes? Here is what the kitchen looks like after I've been filming all day, aka a disaster. So I shot this peach salad recipe again for the blog. So we have those messes, this whole shenanigans going on here. More shenanigans. I also shot some of these strawberry donuts, which are really, really good. And, you know, more dishes in the sink. The whole 9 yards. So now I need to clean it up. But before the sun sets, I actually think I need to do one more thing on the deck. I bought some string lights for the covered portion of the patio, and I'm going to attach them with these little hooky things. That is the correct term in case you're wondering. Here's a better view of them. You just screw this in. And yes, I am refusing to use a ladder because I don't feel like getting it out. But that's too far. Okay. Well, crap. I just spent the last hour simultaneously making a throw together dinner and cleaning up my giant mess. Definitely a late work day for me, but I'll show you what I put together. It's a little haphazard. When I don't know what to make, I literally do like protein, veggie, starch, which is what we have here. I air fried some tofu in olive oil and some garlic and herb seasoning in my, it's over here, that Ninja foodie thing on the top level. And then in the bottom level, we use the sear plate, and we've got some veggies with like tandoori seasoning, garlic powder, olive oil, and salt. And then for our grain, I just put some short grain brown rice in the Instant Pot. So we're gonna combine all this together. It's very beige, but I honestly don't care. Now that my deck is done, I need to take advantage and eat outside, right? I have to adjust this. I also wanted to take a moment to talk about the latest book series I have been reading. I mentioned in my last video when I talked about books that I was thinking of starting Throne of Glass, and I did. I think I started it not last Friday, thank you, but the Friday before. And I'm like over halfway through the series. I originally actually started renting the books from the library to start, but then there was a hold or a delay on one of the books, and I was like, oh, they're not going to get here in time. Oh, sorry. And I was like, oh, they're not going to get here in time. I might as well just buy the box set. So that's what I did. I'm currently on Queen of Shadows, which, if I'm counting correctly, including the prequel. Girl, you're bothering me right now. You're bothering me right now. You were bothering me, but you're so cute. You're not really bothering me. So this is book 5 if you include the prequel as book 1 in the series. and I'm really liking the series so far. I would say this book is both similar and different to A Court of Thorns and Roses. The series was started before and I think ended during it. To summarize in the broadest terms, I'd say they're similar in the fact that they deal with fairies and magic in a world that's sort of like medieval times, and they both feature a strong feminine lead. With my experience, the main difference between Throne of Glass and A Court of Thorns and Roses is that A Court of Thorns and Roses seems to have more flowery language. Like, I felt like it was easier for me to picture the world and it's depicted as more beautiful, while with Throne of Glass it's more action-packed. I would say there's less flowery and descriptive language, and the things that happen to the main character throughout the series are definitely a little more dark, I would say. So I do understand why the author isn't as focusing as much on like the beauty when the main character is just struggling to stay alive. And the other main difference that I'm noticing so far is in terms of romance. A Court of Thorns and Roses, I would say, definitely has a lot more romance and a lot more like explicit spice, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I think coming into Throne of Glass, I was expecting the writing to be similar, and I was kind of surprised to find that it wasn't like that, which again isn't a bad thing. There is still some romance, but I would say ACOTAR is more like rated R, and so far in this series it's like maybe PG-13. The other main difference I would note is length. So ACOTAR, there are 5 books as of right now. One's a novella, and I would say the main central characters, there are fewer, and it's easier to sort of remember what's going on. Whereas Throne of Glass is definitely a longer series. There are 8 books total, including the prequel, and I would say there are a lot more characters. There's a lot of characters in the first few books, and it seems like with every additional book, we're being introduced to more characters. It's not necessarily bad. I think sometimes I just get a little confused, and I have to like spend more time making my mental map of who is who. I guess one more slight difference is that I think Throne of Glass is more of a slow burn. ACOTAR isn't necessarily entirely action all the time. I would say the first book is kind of more of a slow burn, but I definitely feel like there's a lot of action going on throughout the book, where in the first few books of this series, I would say the main action occurs in like the last 20% of the books, but now that I'm getting later in the series, they seem to be more action-packed, which honestly kind of reminds me of Harry Potter in that sense only. I don't really know if you guys want me to get in specifics on these books and like post a review, because I'm definitely not like a book YouTuber, so I think that's all I want to say for now, but I am really enjoying the series. I think the hardest thing for me is to not compare it to ACOTAR and just like enjoy it for what it is. I am going to eat my dinner and read some of this before Dylan gets home. I am blazing through the series. I actually think I might force myself to take a break after reading this one and read something else, just to like make savoring it last longer, which is something I haven't done before, but I think it might be good for me because if I'm being honest, I am like dreaming about this book and like making up new plot lines in my dreams, and maybe that means I'm getting a little too obsessed. I don't know. Anyways, Dylan's home. What do you think of dinner?
Delicious. Nutritious.
We're playing Bump. Leave a comment below if you know what Bump is. I feel like it's very niche. And we're splitting a ginger lemon kombucha. Well, hey there, future editing Caitlin here. I had some strawberry donuts for dessert, and I'm pretty sure I had every intention of filming an outro, but I ended up being too tired at the end of this day. So here's what our patio looks like at night. Once the lights are on, it was all cute and cozy. And here is a nice thing of a slightly underwhelming sunset, and by thing I mean time lapse, but either way, you know, this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you in a future video. Talk to you later. Bye.